Hey everybody, welcome in. Welcome in. Hey Daniel, sports highlights. How you doing? Long time no see, buddy. I see you around in the other channels with the DD stuff and all that, which is pretty cool. You got Ticket TV there. I support him. He's amazing what he does. Um, my whole title here today is, of course, I haven't been on YouTube. I mean, look, I don't go on YouTube every day. I don't watch everything every day. But I seen Jill making comments about my beloved son, and I'm like, really, Jill? Can you back that up? I mean, what? Because my son is like 12 or whatever years of age. Jill is trying to say, he don't call her mommy. He doesn't sit on her lap. Um, Jill, if my son was 45 years of age and he wanted to sit on my goddamn lap, I'm going to allow it because that's my son. Um, hey, Balance, how you doing? No, I'm not drinking a Balance. Can be bothered. No, this is not anything like that. But you gotta back things up. You know what I mean? And nice to see you, Balance. Yeah, good to see you, my friend. I was meaning to get on the channel, but I kind of missed it. But yeah, you're doing good. That's cool, like, AB. You know, I don't know what I was eating. I probably had a sweet in my mouth when I was live. I don't know. You know what I mean? But anyways, who cares, right? I will tell you that I'm not a sloppy pig, and I only eat fucking once a day. So you know what I mean. And other than that, it's normally mint or sweet chest and cough mentors. I have yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I'm here sober, right? Wait, okay, let's go. But chill. Now, I don't understand for the life of me why anyone would come on talking about anyone's kids because you don't know the dynamic behind it. Popular was talking about bottles cleaning. No, there's no bottles, AB. Come on, there's no anything. Let's be real. I mean, they're gonna say that. They're gonna say about my past drinking. They're gonna say that a lot. I'm gonna get that a lot, and I expect that, right? I get it. It's all right. They want to say it, leave them say it. You know what I mean? Yeah, she was just trolling. There was no fucking bottles. Come on. Um, I have a bone to pick with Jill, to be quite honest. You know, everyone knows that my son comes down to me in the summertime. And I don't come on YouTube when he's down there. Number one, my channel is an over 18 channel. I don't allow my son on YouTube at all, but I will allow him to talk to some of my good friends on Discord, so to speak. But I would never put him on YouTube because he's underage. He's classed as a minor, right? So it's not like I'm gonna say, okay, Ali, here you go. My son would love it, but I know I'm breaking the rules if I do that, right? And Jill was there talking. I don't believe he calls her mommy. I don't believe. What the fuck do you think he calls me, Jill? I mean, you're so busy, peeping up those blinds that you got, your little custom made blinds. Fuck, I mean, look, I got new custom made blinds too, bitch. But do I make a big deal of it? No. You know what I mean? Everyone's windows, when you buy blinds, they have to be custom made. It's just, yeah. It's, okay. So we'll come away from the custom made blinds a little bit. But I heard what you said about my son, Jill. And you, of all persons in this world, have no fucking right or ground to talk about my minor. I'm telling you that right now. You goddamn know I go missing off of YouTube in the summertime is because I'm with my boy. Everyone knows that. Right. What's he gonna call me? You know what I mean? My son, I don't even think my son knows my actual name, to be quite honest. I've never heard him say the word Susan. Never. Not once. I've never heard him say that. It's always, my son was born in the UK, so he does have a British accent, right? So instead of saying mammy, as they say in Ireland, my son says M-U-M, mommy. And Jill has a problem about him sitting on my laps. Jill, that's called loving your child, spending quality time with them, bringing them out, giving them what they want. You know what I mean, for the time that you are going to be with that child. Um, and yes, he does have a little sister. She's not my relationship. She's belonged to her dad's, and because she's so young right now, she calls me mommy, and I don't. He Jill thinks that no, that doesn't happen. It happens in front of her mother. See, it happens in front of her mother. You understand? And I said to Javaz, why? I mean, look, what do we do about this? She said, ah, no, don't worry about it. When she gets a little bit bigger, she's gonna call you auntie or something. Don't worry about it. She's young right now. She is listening to my son calling me mommy. So she's saying it. And she's like, so young right now. She's like a little parrot. She just repeats things. That's all. Her mom knows. She knows who her mom is. She knows I'm not her mom. You know what I mean? But she'll come down to my home and hell, we'll have a great time. Am I going to treat her any different than anyone else? No, the fuck I won't. Is she from a different relationship? Yeah, she is. She's not my biological daughter, but I see her as Ali's half sister. And I'm not, not being funny or anything, but we have Melanie there who's Ali's half sister too. So there you go. What can I say about that, right? But Jill, I know you're not blocked, and I don't care about moderators at this point because I can handle everything from here. Come in and Jill, tell me what you said on Tony's channel because you sneaky ass flip flopping fucking bitch, turned your back on Purple. You said horrible things about her. You said horrible things about her motherhood. You said horrible things about this, that, and everything else. But you seem to say that you're a fucking saint, right? Yes, you know what? I'm going to the point, and people might find this weird, right? But maybe it is. I don't care. Um, For a long time, I would not leave Ali's father in my apartment for a long time. And I had to come to the realization it's not about me. It's not about him. It's in the best interest of the child. So I leave him in. I leave him sit there and he's watching Netflix and whatever, he's watching TV, whatever he's doing. Me and Ali go out and we do our own little thing. But his dad is always here. It took me a long time to accept them into my home. It took me a very long time to do that. That's not an easy thing. It didn't happen overnight. It took years for that to become that way. And you got to realize that some things are not always about you. They're about that young child who's developing and growing. And the best thing for him to see is his mom and his dad getting on civilly, getting on okay. And he sees that. And that's the environment I want for my son. That is it. I didn't have to leave his wife in here. I didn't, I don't have to leave his wife or his child or even him in here. But guess what? I opened my front doors and I said, fuck it, Susan, kick your problems to the side. open it up and leave them all come in, and let's be civil for the young child. Okay? It's not about me. It is not about me. People got to stop and realize things what happen in life is not always about you as being the adult and you are the mother and you got to do things. There's things that make you uncomfortable, but it's all about the child's best interest at the end of the day. It's not about me. So Jill, fuckface who likes to spy on her neighbors, come in and say what you said on Tony's panel. Come in. I know you're not blocked. Where I'm at in my life right now, and leaving these people come into my home, that took me a long time. That did not happen overnight. Believe me when I say that. There was at one point where I wouldn't even leave him inside. I wouldn't even leave him inside near the door, even to be honest. But that was a couple of years ago, and I had to really sit down and say, okay, you know, this is about Ali at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Jill was the one who brought up my son. And then once again, she is like living over there in Florida, probably sweating her tits off or whatnot, and coming at people, I mean, come on now. Jill, we know you're peeking through your little blinds right now. You dumped you dumped Purple, right? Purple said you're a now flip flopper, which I believe you are. I know you are. You come up there and ask me a question, I'll give you a vague answer. There's a reason why I'm giving you a vague answer, because I don't need to answer to you, Jill. And this is not Canadian girl I'm calling out. This is the flip flopper. You know what I mean? I mean, and look, I'm not, saying anything wrong about anyone at all. I mean, Purple, we don't see eye to eye, and at the end of the day, I mean, I heard her, Jill bring at the same breath bring up Purple's son, and I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, what? At the end of the day, I'm going to continue to do my channel no matter how many people are in my chat. It doesn't matter to me. I will venture out. I will get new subscribers. I will get new people. Don't matter to me. I don't live to be on YouTube. Always remember that. I come on when I'm bored and if I have something to say. And what I'm saying right now is, Jill, you're a fucking bitch. You really are. You're something else. You're a piece of work, to be honest. I mean, not only in the same breath you went at my son, you went at someone, another creator, child too, right? Something about not feeding them. I don't believe that at all. You know, like I said, it's kind of frustrating because everyone knows in the summertime I take time off and be with my boy. Everyone knows that. That's not a fucking secret. But what Jill doesn't know is that people talk to him in Discord. I won't leave him on YouTube. He does not belong on the over 18-year-old channel. And did I page of his dad? Here we go again, right? With his dad. £20 to say, yeah, whatever. I was protecting my son. Any mother, see, YouTube has gone to the point where like they're digging into shit they shouldn't have been going even into in the first place. What, trying to find out what skeletons you have in your closet? Well, guess what? All of mine are opened. And I have nothing to lose by saying what I'm saying today. Apart from the God's honest truth. You Jill, look, Jill normally comes in here and spouts off her fucking pie hole, but where are you now, Jill? Oh, hold on, she's probably busy looking at the neighbours, looking out her custom made blinds, which she always bitches on about. But Jill, once blinds are custom made, that's not a fucking big deal. Hey, crazy. Funny you come into work crazy. I sound crazy. I sound crazy, don't I? But when I seen that I had to go back and look because when I take breaks off of YouTube, I genuinely don't go on. But when I seen that her saying that she didn't believe that my son calls me mommy, she doesn't believe that he sits. I don't give a flying fuck, Jill, what you believe. But the truth of it is, we all know what my son is. We all know how he feels about me. You can never take that away from me. You can't. I'm sorry, I'm too involved with him and too involved with all that for you to ever even fucking try. You cannot, no matter how much you might dislike me, how much you might fucking think I'm a piece of garbage, guess what? I've been called a garbage many a times. That's fucking, I've heard that so many times, in my world. You know what? That to me is laughable. It really is. There's not a whole lot you can do to hurt my feelings, but when you bring my son into it, and other people's children into it at the same time. You talk about people's children who are minors, Jill, who are not on YouTube to defend themselves. I'm never going to leave my son. Hey, cool gamer, how you doing, my sweetheart? I am never going to leave my son on my channel until he's over 18. We've a long way to go because he will not be showing up on this channel. He will not be showing up on this channel. Come on, Jill, where are you at? I mean, normally you say to me, Susan, drop a link, and I drop the link, and you're asking me questions about my family. Well, that's not going to be answered to you neither because it's not your goddamn business. It is not your business. So I guess Jill's not going to come. I guess Jill's a bit busy picking up those little custom-made blinds of hers. But then again, she has her hand in a lot of talking about people's children, which to me, that is no one's fucking business. She talks about Purpose Child. She talks about my child. I mean, really? Is that what you, Jill? Jill, I mean, at your old age right now, is that what you think that's going to do anything to anything? What the fuck you even thinking? He calls her mommy. Of course he calls me mommy. He was born here in the UK. He don't have an Irish accent. He don't have an Irish accent. He's a fucking London accent now at this point. So, yeah. So we'll all wait for Jill to come in because I guess what? I never write anyone. If you all know me, you know I don't write anyone's names in the goddamn title, but I put her name in 3 times. This is for you, Jill. Flip flop. Exactly. No one should be talking about anyone's children. Whether you like the creator or not, you should not be talking about anyone's kids. Not at all. No. Why Jill is doing that? I don't know. Uh, she dislikes all of a sudden she disliked purple. And she talks about Purple Child. I'm like, oh, okay. Look, I don't know if purple nods off on fucking pills or whatever the fuck you talk about. I don't know. I don't live in America. I don't know. So what you want me to say? I'm not standing up for purple or nothing, but what you want me to say? Is she nodding up because the girl has fucked up and saw me? I don't know. I don't know. I don't come on till late evening, UK hours. I never come on when I'm overtired or over feeling. I just don't know. Purple abuses her pills. She was high this morning. None. See, I didn't know that. Do you know why? Because I wasn't on. I didn't look. You can't help. You can't hold someone to. We don't even know what pills she takes to start with. They could be prescription medications for her insomnia, and maybe the effect of them don't work. I don't know. I'm not even gonna fucking make an excuse for it. I don't know. I just don't look. Don't ask me. What do I think? I don't know. I didn't watch it. We're on different time zones. So how can I know any better? I mean, when it's like her early hours, it's my afternoon. It's almost coming into my afternoon. So how would I know? I mean, and not to mention that I haven't been on YouTube. I haven't been watching. I haven't been doing jack shit, more or less, apart from when I spent my time with my son and Jill, of course. Well, now Jill, you're not blocked. Come in. Sure. I mean, and why is she not coming in? Because she knows she's being called out right now, right? You went at two minor children. I mean, what? Look, I get when they're overage. Yeah, they're fair game, I would think. But when they're very much underage, when they've never been my son, I can speak for my own son, right? He's never been on YouTube. He's never been on there. As much as he begged me to put him on, I wouldn't do it. I had his father sitting right beside me. I said, no, my channel's over 18s. She's good to fire out a lot of shit, doesn't she? I don't believe that he calls her mummy. Jill, that's the British way. That's not a fucking compliment. That's just how you address your mother. Yes, in Ireland, it's different. They use a different slang phrase, so to speak. Because I know, because I've one from Ireland and one from the UK, which one is 25 and one is not 25. I will put it that way, right? And a son is always different. A son, a son is always, well, they always say a son is a mama's boy and a daughter is a daddy's girl. I believe that. I see that. I genuinely do see that. You think I'm gonna when my son comes down here, he travels 5 hours to come down and see me. Do you think when he wants to sit on my fucking lap that I'm going to say, nah, son, here, there you go, sit in the sofa beside me because I couldn't be fucked to leave you sit in my lap? No, I ain't be going to say that. I won't be saying that. If he wants to sit there, if he wants to sit over there, there's plenty of places in my apartment to fucking sit. But if he wants to sit on my goddamn lap, I'm going to leave him sit in my lap. And I don't give a flying fuck what anyone thinks. People don't understand or the UK humor. Yeah, right, Jackie? They don't get it. If your son travels all the ways, Jackie, from London into Hollington, and all he wants to do is he's on his little thing he has, his little game console, and he has that wireless, and he's tapped into my internet, and he wants to sit in his mom's lap. Am I going to say no? Not the fuck, I'm not. That boy travelled all the ways down to see me, all the ways. I, I can't tell you. I'm kind of stuck for words in a weird way because I would never push a child aside, never. But Jill says she finds it uncomfortable and weird. Jackie, that is not uncomfortable and weird. And bear in mind, his father, his father sitting across. I have two seaters in my living room. His father sits across from me. He sees that. Does his father find it weird? No. Because why? I'm his fucking mother. I brought him into the world. Yes, in the UK they call mom, mommy, or mama. Yeah. Yes, they do. Indeed, they do. They look. The Irish have a different way of grammar and whatnot. They say mama or ma'am, whatever. Mommy, mom is. I yet have to hear my son call me by my first name. I don't even know if he fucking knows my first name. To be honest, he probably does, but he don't call me that. I'm pretty sure he does actually, but he's not dumb. He's a technology child. The consoles he brings down here, I paid for them. I paid for them. The Oculus Quest, I paid for all that too. People think that I don't fucking give a fuck. You must be fucking out of your mind. That's my young boy. I only look. He's my only boy I have. I have a daughter and I have a beautiful boy. He's young. I'm going to make sure I'm there at every step he takes. Right? Does he come down and you think I'm intoxicated? No, the fuck I'm not. No, not happening. Not happening. Because I want to be, no, I want to remember every goddamn minute, every goddamn thing we do. That's what we do. So, Jill, I mean, you a big boss coming here the last time when I was feeling kind of pretty down on myself. Um, because that was in around the time my son had went back to London, and I was kind of feeling pretty shit, pretty down. You know what I mean? I think it's a mom thing. It's just it is like a mom thing. I love that boy with everything. I'll give my life for him. But Jill, I mean, come on now, where are you? Yeah, Jill thinks that his father don't come in here. Yeah, he does. Now, we'll say this: that didn't happen overnight. That took a couple of years in making for me to allow them to come in. You know, his dad has remarried. That took a couple of years for me to allow that situation to come into my home, and I'm very proud to say that I've done that, and I'm over that shit. You know what I mean? And because I sometimes you just lie in your bed and you think, what's best? The best interest of the child is the best thing, the way to go about it. You know, that's the best way to go about it. I've seen my son on cam riding a brand new bike. Guess who paid for that? Shall we say anymore? My son is well able to drive, well, cycle a fantastic, beautiful blue bike, and the little girl, I'm not going to mention her name because I don't want to put her name on YouTube. Um, which her mom, I talked to her mom and I said, your daughter's calling me mommy. She said, Susan, don't worry about it. When she gets bigger, she's going to understand it. She'll probably call you auntie or something. Don't worry about it. Her own mother said to me, I'm not bothered with it. I said, oh, are you? Okay. Okay. Because I was a little bit bothered about it. And because Ali was always saying to her, "Don't call her mom because that's my mom." And it went back and forth with that because Ali, is a very clever boy, right? He was like, "Oh no, that's not your mom. That's my mom." And I asked Ali, as he's mommy. I said, ease up and I'll leave her alone. She's gonna discover Ali, and when she gets a little bit older, she's gonna understand that, like, she'll probably call me auntie or something like that. It's gonna be something simple. Don't worry about it. She does know who her mother is. But she's listening to you. You are the older one there right now. That's as simple. I mean, oh my God, can you not see it? you know? That's as simple as it is. There's no I talked to the mother of that child and she said, "Don't worry about it. She's gonna when she gets a little bit bigger, she'll call you auntie or something like she was like, oh, okay, cool. I said, okay, cool. You know? It took me a long time to leave him come in to my home. But I had to realize that it's not all about, what went down in the past. It's about the future right now, and it's about the best interest of the happiness of the child. No, that won't be happening. I'm a Roman Catholic person. That's true what you're saying, but I'm Roman Catholic. I don't believe in that. It's an interesting thing you have, but no, that won't be happening. And I don't believe Javad is that kind of Muslim. He is Muslim, but he's not a devout Muslim. He has his own ways. I am not interested in any of that kind of crap. I wasn't brought up that way. And number one, number two, I'm done with that crap. Really, it's all about my son. At the end of the day, that's all I care for. His sister is absolutely beautiful. Um, she's a little sweetheart. She really is. I've nothing bad to say about any of them at all. I'm not going to talk bad about them. I see them as an extended family to me. But me moving it, no, that would never. No, I'm proper Catholic. No, sorry, but no thanks, but no thanks. You know, I'd rather stay on my own to be anyway involved in that kind of rubbish. I wasn't brought up that way, and I would never be. I would never even bother. Yes, you are probably correct in saying that, but that's not who I am. You need to stop explaining yourself to anyone on YouTube. They know to get to you. Yeah, I know, right? They're asking me about me moving in. Nah, that's never gonna happen. Mm-mm. I come from Ireland. I'm Irish. I have my own religion. I'm Catholic. Proud to say I am. I do have a Bible in my bedroom. I know it hasn't burned yet. You know what I mean? So I can't be that bad of a person. But yeah, yeah, that won't be happening. I would never live there. No, that no. You need to stop doing that polygamy kind of rubbish because his father, number one, does not is he's not that way, and secondly, he's already married, and you gotta bear in mind I left him. Okay, um, years ago. I left him years ago. I have no bad beef with his wife because I left him. That was years ago. I don't see Javad in that manner. And for you to say that, oh, you can move in with him and do no, I no, I would never lose my dignity to anyone like that at all. Never. I don't see myself as a slave, if that's what you're referring to. And I know where you're going with that because I did read the Holy Quran and I do exactly know what you're talking about. Because of course, back in the early days, I read the Holy Quran, probably read it about 3 or 4 times to be honest. I knew my Bible, right? And the Holy Quran is a whole different situation, and I am not going to. I'm totally Roman Catholic, and that's the way my religion is. It's never going to change, no matter what. I mean, I am talking about coming on here to say something to Jill or whoever don't respond to, they will stop. And right, I mean that whole thing is crazy. Really, well, look, we've a person called Crazy in my channel. Yeah, not happening. I guess Jill is not going to turn up because she's probably too busy looking at her blinds to see is anyone being arrested outside the front door or God forbid, you know what I mean? But yet again, she can sit on a panel and talk shit about people's kids who she's never going to meet. She's never going to talk to. She's never met in her whole life. She's only going on what she thinks she knows, right? Now, I will always stand up for people and minor children. I will always stand up for them no matter what. They don't belong on YouTube at all. Not in this sector. No. When you cannot put a young beautiful soul on an 18-year-old's and up channel. That's no. It's never gonna happen. As much as Ali wanted to come on and say hello to everybody, I said no, it's not happening. You I'll be breaking YouTube terms and conditions. I won't do that. They all cannot have one wife in the UK. That would have yes, correct. They can in the UK. Even though maybe whichever religion and whichever they believe in their holy book in the UK, they're not allowed to have that kind of situation. People don't understand that. But that's all right because I want no part of it anyways. I'm not here to spout off about religion. I'm not here to spout off about anything, right? I have read the Holy Quran at least 3 or 4 times. I had 2 books on that. 1 second. The law of the land is here in the UK, and they got to respect the law of the land as well. If you read the book closely, they got if they immigrate, they got to respect the law of the land. That is totally true. Truth. Speaking truth. Totally. They got to respect the law of the land. Now, fortunately, there's been a lot of um stuff going on in the UK. I mean, to be honest about it, I mean, Oh, good lord. Where to even go with that? I mean, I've been watching. I've been watching what's going on in the UK. I've been watching what's going on in Liverpool. They're asking to take down the Union Jack in Liverpool. Well, I can tell you here in Haunton, we have we have the Union Jack on the whole way down the street. I mean, it's there. So they took down the Union Jack in Liverpool, and what the patriotic British people do? They went down and painted the white flag, right, with the red stripe. I don't, because I'm not proper British. I'm more. I've been brought up in Ireland. St George's flag. Yeah, there we go. Right. I've seen people in Liverpool painting on roundabouts the St George's flag, and the cops are turning up and they're arresting them people for doing that. Why? It's the British country. They're British people. Why? Right? Because we've a prick who's in government right now, more or less, and his name is Keir Starmer, which he don't give a fuck about no one. But, anyways, I mean, moving on, right? I can go on for this. You know, people say to me, well, you're not proper British. What is proper British? I do have voting cards. I do have British ID. I do. Okay, I was brought up in Ireland. I was born and bred in Ireland. Yes, I was. That's been a long time ago. I would put it this way to you, anyone who's listening to me from Britain right now, I stand with the British people. I think what's going on in this country, it's almost like looking at like I don't even want to say what I think it's going to do, but well, it's not looking good for the average British born. I would say British born person, which obviously I'm not because I was born in Ireland, right? Doesn't mean to say that I don't appreciate this country and appreciate everything it has offered me. Appreciated the help and the support and all that, you know. Doesn't matter if you're British or Irish, both nations stand together 110%. Yeah, we do. Yes, it is an immigrant. I'm going to just, because YouTube is so sensitive, I'm going to say an immigrant, MAR. Gotta remind you, one parent was from Britain, and one parent was Irish. That's what I'm saying. I'm dual nationality. It shows it. I didn't come over in a fucking dinghy. That's for sure. And I came over in Ryanair. Because why? I have dual nationality. I mean, I'm entitled to do that. I can hold two passports. Hell, you know what? I even have a British ID card. Signed off by the Home Office, the whole shebang, you know? But when we see a country kind of being overrun by immigrants and what's going on down there, and I stand with the British people in that. I do. Why are they? Well, they need to start. Well, number one, we had the wrong prime minister. Let's be real. We had the wrong prime minister, right? Because Keir Starmer, he's a total fucking pushover. I mean, the minute he came into office, the second day, he took all the old people and the vulnerable people's fuel allowance away from them. So, I mean, yeah. Um, Secondly, we need a prime minister over here who's going to fucking stand up for the British people. I didn't come from France on a fucking dinghy. I didn't know to do that. And I know it's kind of like, oh well, where do you stand? Well, I stand right in between because I believe in the Irish people and I also believe in the British people too. I believe in the British hard-working people who get out there and grind every day. I believe in these people. It's just as much. And I'm hearing immigrants coming over here and they're getting cell phones and you know fucking hell, they're getting more than the people who are like really suffering right now. But look, who might talk, right? Yeah, people need to stop using Britain as an ATM, to be quite honest. And I would say the same for Ireland too, because I do believe that's going on over there too. Ireland's been wow. The last time I haven't been in Ireland in a long time, and I've heard that because it's a European country, Ireland has been totally abused by the immigrants as well. So funny that you had two countries who were at war with each other at one point, and two countries are willing to stand together. You know what I mean? Britain and Ireland was at war for quite a long time, and now that's all over. You have these two countries who are willing to stand together, stand up for the greater good, right? But I'm still waiting for Jill to come. I know Tommy Robinson had a lot to say too. And are you? What's that mean? And am I? Well, I'm half and half. I'm half British, half Irish. Although I was brought up in Ireland. What? I've been living in the UK since 2011. I have a child who was born over here. I've lived in London for a long time too. I was watching a documentary on London and I was like, wow, about muggings and all this crazy shit happening. I'm like, hell no. Um, I live in sunny Devon right now, and I'm thinking, do I really want to go back to that shit? People are not safe in London. They're not safe in Oxford. That is like the epicenter of London, right? People are being mugged. That's called Zone One. Anyone who's British, they know what I'm saying when I talk about Zone One. And I'm like, holy shit. I watched a whole documentary on this crap, and I never, when I was down there, it's been a couple of years now. When I lived down there, I never felt unsafe. At one point, I was living on my own in my own apartment with my boy. Of course, you look down London, you're going to key the doors, you're going to do this. That's normal London stuff, right? I never felt unsafe, not for 1 minute. You know, um, and what I'm watching with the new documentaries coming out on London right now, man, it's crazy. Doesn't matter if you're British or Irish, both nations stand together. Yes, we do. 110%. Yeah, we do. And I'm mixed. I'm like I said, my son is half Asian and he's born British, right? With me, I'm from Ireland, and When I look at my stuff, I'm half British and half Irish. One parent comes from the UK, one parent comes from Ireland. We'll leave it at that, right? I don't want to talk about parents. That's anyone comes in and asks me about parents, don't ask me because I'm not going to answer you at all. But I'm still waiting for Jill to come in. Bet you won't. See, I mean, this is the crazy thing. You come along, you do a live, and where's Jill? She normally comes in here because her name is in the goddamn title. She don't want to come in. She don't want to come in. Funny now. And I hope she's not on the block list. I don't even know. I didn't even check my block list. But no, I can drop a link. If she's listening, I can drop a link. If it's not anyone but you, I may leave you up. Because I don't need to leave anyone up here. I'll do it myself. Do it all myself. Man, I've been doing everything myself for so long. It's crazy. Right, there's a link for Jill, just in case she's blocked. I don't know if she is or not. I didn't check the block list. I probably should have done that before I went live. I'm not going to accept anyone else up here but Jill. Um, at the end of the day, I mean, people need to stand together, and I guess we're going to do it. And hell, man, I mean, look, they need to get Keir Starmer out of office to start with, because he's a fucking idiot. I mean, did you see him in the White House? Agreeing and agreeing and agreeing. I mean, like, he's like a puppet on fucking strings, if you ask me. And by the way, yes, I can vote. I know I did not vote for that motherfucker because you know what? He's a prick. This is the point where I don't even go voting because I couldn't be bothered. Doesn't matter if you're British or Irish, both nations stand up together. Yeah, but I guess what's going on right now is our countries are being overrun. The Irish government is probably looking after the immigration people a lot better than they would with the Irish. Because I know I spent 9 months over there and they didn't give a fuck about me at all. And I'm born and bred over there. What's changed? you know? I spent 9 months trying to establish myself over in Ireland when Ali was 1.5, 2 years of age. Waited 9 months. They gave me a medical card, which anyone in the UK, you probably won't understand what a medical card means because normally they just fucking give it you over here anyways. But yeah, and we waited 9 months for that one. Just a medical card. We had to use our we had what me and my boy had at the time because we applied for because Britain was in the European Union at the time, so we had the European medical cards, which if anyone who's British in here will understand what I'm saying. So we used the fucking European cards, and it took 9 months for the Irish government to even fucking acknowledge us to give us our proper medical cards. To be very honest, and even at that, they didn't even send out the goddamn cards. They just rang me up and told me they were there. I said, where? This is how ridiculous the world has gone. Where they're not looking after their own people. They're certainly not looking after their own people. But God forbid if someone comes across over there in that fucking canoe, right? You probably will be given the best treatment you'll ever get. A big Irish hello and all that. You know what I mean? Fuck that. You know. That's when I spent 9 months over there living on €100 per week. That's when I said, "Nah, this is not for me. I'm going back. Fuck this." I had to bring a bunch of lodgers in just to pay the goddamn rent. The rent was £650 per month. €50, sorry. Let me get the fucking because I'm living in the UK so long now. I keep using the word pounds, but in Ireland it's euro. I tried, didn't work. Came back to UK, got on a flight, came back. Woke up the following day and my benefits were turned back right on because of my son and all that. Man, you can write a book on this shit if you wanted to. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, whew, as much as I wanted to stay, I was, you know what? If the Irish government had looked after me then, I probably definitely would have stayed in Ireland. Most definitely. I definitely, most definitely would have stayed in Ireland, but it didn't work out that way. But I think the Irish people and the UK people understand the governments are fucking up. They really are. They're leaving behind their own people. They are actually leaving behind. And now the Irish government has this thing that if you stay in the UK for more than 5 years, well, you need to stay over in the UK. And I'm like, what? They told me at one point my passport was no better than a Bangladeshi passport. I mean, really? So you can hold the Irish government. They're doing the same fucking thing as what the UK government are doing right now. They're forgetting the people, the taxpayers who are paying in the money for their people, and not the other. And I'm not being funny, but I've been looking and I've seen there was some fucking massive protest in the UK once again. I think it was in Liverpool, if I correct myself. Um, I'm like, what's going on now? You know. But see, living down here in sunny Devon, you don't see a whole lot. The only thing I can report back anything positive is there was a smoke shop down the road, right? And the police officer, well, the smoke shop was so fucking close to the police station. Well, it was kind of obvious, you know what I mean? But they raided the police shop. Or sorry, they raided the smoke shop, and they went upstairs and found ten immigrants upstairs here in Devon, which is very much unheard of. Um, but yeah, they all got sent back. They they all got detained and yeah, sent back more or less. Here in small little where small little fucking Hollandton where nothing happens, you know what I mean? Fuck it. I mean, not much happens around there, but my God, yeah, that was like a big thing. They found 10 immigrants. The shop was downstairs, obviously level floor, and upstairs there was ten immigrants. This Guess what the UK government did? They sent them back. I don't know where they were from, but they were illegal, and they sent them back. So I guess Jill's not going to come in here tonight. I didn't think she fucking would. And answer the questions, why is she picking on children? Underage children, mind you, at that. Spouting her pie hole off, you know what I mean? Jill, why are you doing that? I mean, your kids are growing, right? Why are you coming in here talking about other people's children? Oh, he called me mommy. Oh, yeah, he does, Jill. What the fuck do you think he's gonna call me? You dumb fuck. You know what, Jill? I mean, I've heard a lot out of your mouth, but my God, not only did you want my child, you went at Purple's too. Look, I don't even support Purple, and everyone knows that, but enough's enough already. You know what I mean? She come up there and ask me questions. She ain't getting any questions out of me. You don't fucking know a fucking thing what's going on, Jill. She probably don't even know I'm live because she's probably looking at her custom-made blinds right now. But that's all right. We can do another live another day, another time. It's oh, well, she's drinking all the time. No, I'm not. I don't need to come on YouTube and fucking drink. See, what I have a habit of doing is going quiet for you. I literally go quiet on YouTube for quite a bit, and I do my own thing, and I will go back and listen to X amount of lives to see what's going on, because I wouldn't know what's going on, and I can't fathom it for the life of me why Jill we talk about minor children. You don't live in my world, Jill. You probably never will. And you dumb fuck, his father sits across from me all the time. You asked about his dad. Yeah, his dad is right beside him. Just so you know that one. It took quite a while to get to where I'm at right now, but that's where I'm at. Right? It's not about me, it's about him. It's about Ali. It's about the best interest of him. And yeah, I don't mind sharing his name because he does have a name. Jill, you're a dumb fuck. If you didn't think that his father wasn't sitting across from me, you're an idiot. What to think about you, Jill? I mean, seriously. And go and do a live on this and tear it to shreds if you want. I really don't care. I really don't. But I know the truth. I know what goes on. I know when it goes on. I know when I come off of YouTube. I know when I don't bother going on YouTube. And I also will go back and look at lives. I definitely will. Can you please do some lives on the castles in the UK? Yeah. Well, look, I'd have to research it because I don't know a whole lot. But I know about Buckingham Palace and all that. Um, I'd have to do a little bit of research on doing that. Oh, well, fuck it. We have corn dogs on stream. Corn dogs, if you porn bomb me, you'd be sorry.
That'd be pretty bad if I did that.
You wouldn't want to.
To ruin a man's reputation.
Oh, come on.
To porn bomb? Bad news. I don't agree with that kind of stuff. But here's the thing, Susan. I've never once porn bombed you ever. Out of hundreds of times I've been on your panel, hundreds of times. So why do you always accuse me of it? They're saying before I come
I
on.
don't know because it's just things get suspicious now and again, and it is what it is. But anyways, may I ask why you're here? Because did you look at Tony's? I don't know what live it was
No,
actually,
tell me,
but
what did I miss? What did I miss?
well, oh, what did you miss? Look,
You
it
did,
took me a while to go back and look at it because when my boy goes back, I don't watch YouTube for a bit, and
yeah,
I went back and I looked at Tony's live, and I seen Jill was up there, and
right?
she was talking about my son. I mean,
What was she
about him.
saying?
I don't believe that my boy calls me mommy. Really? Okay.
That's a
I
weird
don't.
thing. That's a weird thing to say, Jill. That's a
She
weird.
said that I'm weird because I leave my boy sit on my lap.
Okay, that's not weird. That's that's not
He's a
weird.
young child.
That's a mom and her child. Here's the thing about Jill. You don't have to. Jill knows Jill's a fucking weirdo. Jill knows she's a weirdo. But here's the thing we all have to accept about ourselves. We're all weirdos here in this weird little YouTube circle, okay? And
Right.
to think you're not a weirdo, that's not having any self-awareness, okay? But Jill's a super weirdo. Let's get real.
Hmm.
Well, I'm sorry she said those things about you, Susan. I would be pretty upset if I were you. But also, it's just Jill. She just literal shit flies out of her mouth, and she's just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. You know what I mean?
Totally agree.
Yeah,
Totally agree.
yeah.
Oh,
Um, and she's just bored. What is she? She has nothing else to do, so I'll sit on
well,
panel
like her looking at her blinds. I mean, yeah, okay.
for hours with Tony.
I mean,
Nothing else to do. What else they got? Go outside and paint a picture and I don't know, get into a sewing circle. I don't know, watch the Real
she
Housewives.
should not be talking about anyone's kids like that because she does not know. She does not know the
Oh, is
affection
my
between
microphone.
a mom and a little boy.
Yeah.
He's only young. He asked me to do a live so many times, and I said no. This is an 18-year-old channel. You will not be coming on this channel, and I've never put him on there. Never.
Susan, I'm sorry people are talking about your kid like that.
But here's the thing, corn dogs.
Listening, yeah.
When my son sits on my lap, that's because he traveled 5 hours to come and see me, number one, right? Number two, Jill thinks it's weird, but she's asking where's the father and all this. He's sitting across on the other fucking sofa. Okay? It took a long time for me to leave him come in to my property, my home, but I allowed it. But you know why? Because it's in the best interest of the child.
You and the father don't get along.
No, we do now.
Okay, good.
We do now.
Great.
Well, I
That's
mean,
very important. That's very important.
yeah, it took a long time. Like I said, it didn't happen overnight. It did not. But now I will freely leave him come in, and he just we talk away and we talk about funny things and da da da. It's all about the children at the end of the day. You know what I mean? It's not about me, whatever animosity I may feel against him. It's not about any of that. It's about what Ali was. We want to make it work for Ali. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you. And here's what you don't have to listen to me, but my advice is do not mention your family at all on,
No.
on YouTube. People will take whatever you say and run with it and say this is fake.
Mhm.
And you know what? It's you obviously have a complicated thing going on, so it's no one's real business really.
Well, I'm not going to talk about any of that. No.
Jill, I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm sticking up for fucking Jill of all things, but I don't know if Jill meant to hurt you. Jill, if you're out there, you should
He
probably
was trying to make it out to be a creepy thing.
come up here and address it head on. And
That's why corn dogs, you know me, right? I
yeah,
don't put
no,
anyone's fucking name in my title, But I put that little, that
Jill, everybody. Susan, I don't know what you did, but you did something to make a lot of people out here angry. I don't know what you did, but
it was fucking angry. The world is angry.
people are angry with you with something on Discord, but I don't know. So let's not talk about it. I don't know, but you need to say sorry to some people. Some people have to say sorry to you. We should
I'm not
all
gonna
be
look. I'm
friends
on.
out. We should all be friends out here. And here's what I'll say too. YouTube doesn't have to be this bastion of honesty. We don't have to be ourselves. My name's freaking corn dog out here.
Right.
And Susan could be whoever Susan wants on YouTube.
It's entertainment. You are never going.
Entertainment,
You
right?
are
Yeah,
never.
entertainment. So
Look. Let me tell you one thing, right?
I'm listening.
You are never going to be the real you on a platform like this. You're not. I mean, I hold back a lot of stuff. I don't talk about it. I want to be the way I want to be a certain way. You know, people don't if they don't like you, well, unsub. You know what I mean? I had some people coming in here saying, "Oh my God, I got a free membership from your channel. I don't want it." It's not like I picked the memberships, did I? Now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's YouTube. YouTube picks the memberships, and YouTube to me is only like an entertainment situation. It is not
Right.
something
Okay. Let me
like.
let me talk though. Once you're in Discord, you're not on YouTube anymore, right? And so stuff happens offline and off of YouTube.
Right. And that's off of YouTube.
Things
And
get
I'm
complicated. Like for instance, if whatever you did to make everyone mad was on YouTube, I'd know what it is. But it was on Discord, so I have no idea what it was.
right. So I'm not.
So
I'm not
I don't know.
concerned.
Like there's stuff going on behind the scenes that most people, those of us who just watch on YouTube, we don't know what's going on. So
Right.
here's what I have to say to you. If some people feel like they were lied to by you,
Well,
say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. It won't happen again. And you guys, if you said terrible stuff about Susan, say sorry too. Let's all say sorry to each other, and let's all be friends here. Okay? Can we do that?
right. And what was said on Discord was kept on Discord, and like I did my best to keep it off YouTube. And
That's not Jackie, Mr. Tony.
even today, I'm not going to talk about it.
Is that Mr.
Is
Tony?
personal,
Jackie?
and
Jack, is that Mr. Tony in the chat?
no, that's a different person. That's a Jackie.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Jackie.
I think she's Irish.
There's so many Jackies, Frosties.
Right.
There's so many Mrs. B's, Mrs. Q's, Mrs. DT's. I don't know who's who anymore. Glamma D, Glamma P, Glamma she, Glamma me. I don't know.
Yeah, Jackie, I think you're from Ireland, if I'm correct, because you gave me a super sticker and that came in the euro, and that made me wonder: are you in Ireland? At first I thought you were Mr. Jackie, but then I realized that when I got that super sticker, now that came in the euro. I mean, I do pay attention to, the currencies, right?
I wouldn't agree with you, Heather. Heather says Jill didn't try to make it out to be a creepy thing. It's just in the U.S. It's very unusual for a preteen boy to sit on their mom's lap and call them mommy. I think kids little boys until they're maybe 9 years old. That's maybe kind of old, 8 or 9. Sit on their mom's lap and they go, Mom.
Look, Connors, I'll put it this way.
That's in the U.S. That's a cultural thing in the U.S.
It's well, in over here in the UK, it's not. It's not.
Oh, I know. I've seen a 40.
Tell you one thing. Jill said, "I wonder where his father was, sitting across on the other chair."
I've seen a 45-year-old British man go, "Mommy, mommy, come over here and help me, mommy."
Right. My son is my son. At the end of the day, he's my blood.
All right. How are we going to patch up? There's an important friendship we have to patch up here. Okay. Someone that has loved you since the beginning and you've loved, and now you guys have had a falling out. Tara, if you're out here, let's patch this up. Let's be friends again. How do we get to be friends with Tara again? Is it not happening?
I'm never gonna say nothing is ever not gonna happen.
You're leaving it open. You're leaving the door open for friendship. All
I'm
right.
never gonna say that.
We'll see what the other side says. And like Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys said,
Right.
let's be friends. Okay.
I'm never gonna. I don't talk about bad about them. I don't do anything like that at all. I think there was a major misunderstanding what went down.
All right, I'm gonna show you. Major misunderstanding. See, listen, everyone. Major misunderstanding went down.
It happens.
Susan wants to work it out. I'm gonna show you some pins from my pin collection now. Okay.
You do pins as well.
Here's a Boy George.
Oh, okay.
Here's Boy George. Here's Sade. I don't know if you know Sade. She's from the UK.
No, I don't know that one.
Smooth operator. This one says official Kiss collector. So
okay.
And then this one says, this will be my last one. It says smoke weed every day. There we go. All right.
Hold on. What do you paint your fingernails black?
Because I'm a dark boy. I'm a gothic dark boy.
That's a bit weird, but look, see, like I could say that's weird, but it might be weird with your ass. But fucking who knows, right?
I'm a middle-aged man who paints his nails black. Don't ask me for any fashion tips, okay? We're
not going to.
But I don't have a bald spot like Buddy, at least.
No, I don't see a bald spot.
No, look at that. Full head of hair. My dad is an old man, and he has big long hair still.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good genetics, I guess.
How's your are you and your dad getting along okay?
I'm not gonna speak about that.
All right, never mind. So one more question I have for you. What is your take on let me see. Hold on. You don't know about that scandal because you're not in the States. What's going on with Prince Harry? And that's what I want.
I don't know. What is going on with him?
I don't know. Okay. What do you think about... Hold on, gotta look this. Here we go. Oh, did you hear that Gothic King Cobra died?
No.
Yeah,
I don't know who that is, but
Gothic King Cobra was a very, very successful YouTuber. King Cobra JFS was his channel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been streaming for like 16, 17 years. And he passed away at the age of 34. It's very sad.
That's very young.
I know. He drank a lot. We don't know how he passed away. But there's an autopsy is taking place. But yeah, he was 34 years old and his father found him and his father made a video confirming it. It was very sad.
34 years of age is really very, very young.
So here's to you, Gothic King Cobra.
And are you drinking my favorite drink? Are you drinking cherry Coke right now?
I'm drinking cherry Coke right now.
Man, there you go.
I know.
We have something in common.
I know. I put whiskey in mine. Don't tell anyone.
Oh my God.
All right, Susan, I don't want you to worry about any of this BS. I want you to make good decisions and do what you can to stay positive. You're a good woman, and I know it feels bad right now to be on the internet, but it will feel
right. Yeah, no, it sucks. To be honest,
I know it does. I'm sorry. It'll get better. All right. Have a good stream, Susan. I'll be in chat.
All right.
I might be blocked. I don't know. All right. Bye.
You're not gonna get blocked. There's no mods. I don't think there's any mods in there. I'm modding myself. But anyway, let me get back to there you go. My own thingy. Now you're not blocked, corn dogs. There's no mods in there. You're drinking a favorite the favorite pop I used to drink was cherry Coke. I used to drink that like crazy at one point, to the point that I was so addicted to cherry coke, it was crazy. But no, I didn't put Irish whiskey in it. But no, that didn't happen. But anyway, now I'm doing like the American thing where I'm drinking iced tea all the time, which is not like a UK thing or even Irish thing to even do. But now and again I will have a Red Bull and whatnot. But other than that, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good. Man, look, I want to do. I got a few things. It's gonna take a couple of weeks or two. But I definitely want to do some cooking stuff if people are interested in that. I gotta order some special trays and whatnot. I will definitely go to that and do that. You know, if anyone's gonna go in here and ask me about family, you're wasting your time because I'm not gonna answer. Simple as. It is what it is. I never came on here when I first came to YouTube. I didn't have to answer to family or any of that stuff, but that won't be happening ever at all. Never. You know, it's been I can't tell you yeah, thank you for Jackie hitting them likes up. I mean, obviously, I mean, I get good I get good views, but crap likes for some strange reason. It's kind of crazy. I kind of want to take the channel in a different direction. Possibly doing cooking a little bit, especially now that I dread this, ladies and gentlemen, but we're slowly going to go into the winter, and I hate the winter. I genuinely hate the winter because it's bloody dark before you know it, and anyone here in the UK and well across America too, I guess. You know, and I'm thinking I did get a slow cooker, and I was like, nah, that's not gonna cut it. You know what I mean? You'd be waiting 24 hours for that damn thing to cook, but we don't want to do that. We want to do something quick. We can do a real fresh lasagna. Um, there's so many meals I can cook. It's crazy, and I can box them up and freeze them as well. Oh God, yeah, I hate the winter with a passion. I mean, seriously, it's like, here we go, going into the winter. My favorite season is spring and autumn. My favorite season is like spring and summer, I would say. Yeah, I can do Irish stew. I can definitely do that. But a slow cooker is not going to cut it because, look, I can show you putting everything into that slow cooker, and it's going to take like a day later to show you the results of that. Whereas I'm going to just go and get a big stock pot. I think I stock pot on the stove. I make my own cooker. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it the proper way, actually. Um, We can do Irish stew and we can do all that kind of stuff. We can do lasagna. And hell, look, I'm really good at doing all these things. Show them Irish stew. Yeah, I can do that. I can show my Irish stew. I don't mind, you know, my birthday's in the summer, but crazy. I don't even know who you are. But I don't know if you're under a different name or what's the story going on there. I don't know. So our superstar Jill didn't turn up. Well, imagine that. Look, I don't put anyone's names in my title for nobody. I don't do it. But this is the first time I did, and she don't turn up. And I have to pop to the ladies' room right now, so I'm gonna have to mute. Because you're gonna hear my me going to the toilet, and you don't want that rubbish. Okay, I'm back. Watch the lovings. Anyone who's Irish know what lovings mean. That means your friends. Um, Someone was under my real name, so I'm using the name. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. I don't see any moderators in there, but that's all right. I can control everything from here. You know, I need to take a good look at my moderators and probably readjust all that, but I didn't get around to even looking at that kind of stuff because, like I said, being down with my boy and hell, everything stops when he comes down. I do not like winter either. No, I hate winter, man. I swear to God, I hate winter. It's so depressing. Actually, in the winter months, you're gonna find me coming on here a little bit long, a little more lives. You might see that I kind of, in the summer months, I kind of like not come on too much, but in the winter, I might be on here quite a lot more. Just because I want someone to talk to, number one, and number two, winter is winter, right? It is so depressing. Um, but we will get through that, you know. Hey, new hobby, there's one of my moderators. Hello, Susan. Are you long time no see? You too, huh? Long time no see, new hobby. I hope you're doing well. We were just talking about Jill, the one who peeks out the blinds and all that, talking about people's children. Which I think I have a right to respond to that, to be honest, because, I mean, she thinks she can just spout her mouth off. Yeah, I've been quiet for a bit. I've been on, you know. Summer months are very different than winter months. Winter months, you're gonna find me on a hell of a lot more. Um, and the channel probably might grow a little bit more, you know. If Eileen, by the way, is listening in, I mean, you're welcome to come in too. That's Eileen from Ireland. I've seen her. Um, it's kind of sad the way things go. Really, it is. What can you do? People pick up. It's yeah. Anyways, it's lovely seeing you, new hobby. Honestly, it is. Yeah, Jill will decide to talk about my son, new hobby. You know me, Mama Bear. I'm not leaving that bitch to talk about my fucking son. She has a problem, new hobby, that my son is at such an age and he sits on my lap. And she's asked where was the father and all this. Sit across on the other chair. What she think? My son travels 5 hours down to see me. I pay for all that. If my boy wants to sit in my lap, he's gonna sit in my lap. He's only a young child. He's only a young child. Where was the father? Yeah, sitting on the other chair. Probably watching something on TV. Yeah, missing my son more or less. I enjoyed the summer. I did the summer months down here in Huntington have been absolutely amazing. You know, there's always something. Like I said, look, I don't appreciate someone across the water speaking about a British child that he cannot sit in his mama's lap. Some people may think that's weird. I don't, because, at the end of the day, to me, in my eye, in my vision, he's only a child. His father was sitting over in the other chair. Yeah, just Jill doing that kind of trying to make it out to be something that it's not. And she said, "Oh well, where's the father and all this?" Yeah, Jill, he was sitting across on the other chair. Just so you know that, Jill, he was sitting across on the other fucking chair. You dumb fuck. But anyway, he like I mean there is gonna come a day when he gets older and he's not gonna want to sit in my lap. So I might as well soak it up now as I have it. You know what I mean? There is going to come a day when Annie's going to say, "Yeah, Mom, I'll sit beside you." That's going to happen. And he's a British child. I mean, a lot of people come in here and they're from Britain, and they say, "Well, that's the way kids are over here in the UK, and that's the way they are." What does she want me to do? I'm saying, "Oh, no, get off me! Don't sit near me! Don't sit on what?" Um, Yeah, see, Jill knows that her name is in the title, and anyone who knows me, I don't put no one's name in my title for nobody. So Jill is like going after minors, more or less, you know. But she's never gonna understand the culture over here. and in Ireland too, it's the same. Mm-hmm. Here, here, you know what I mean? She's not going to understand the UK culture or the Irish culture. So, Jill, stop trying. Please. Stop. What's your age? You're not going to understand that. Until he decides not to sit on my fucking lap, that's his business. I mean, when he gets bigger, I'm pretty sure he won't. But he's only young. Yeah, they do grow up so fast. New hobby, we were measuring him. Like I'm 5 foot, 3.5. He is up as far as he's coming up as far as my eyebrows right now because we measure him every time he comes down. He's up as far as my eyebrows, so he's gonna be very tall. To be quite honest, yeah. You can't mistake those deep down chocolate brown eyes. You can't mistake them. He has my hair color in, which is the color hair I have here in the picture, which is the same color I have right now. Ali has that color hair, and so does Melanie. Um, yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, I was so kind to her in the past with, yeah, I was, yeah, I was. We did prayer for her and her brother and all that, and she comes, because look, no hobby. I'll be honest, like I haven't been on YouTube for quite a bit. You know, when Ellie comes down and goes home, I gotta take time off to process it because I go into a really not a good place in my mind. When I process that and I get over that, that's when I will come live again. But and I gotta hold on to. Well, he's gonna be down here again, and he's actually coming for Christmas. So, you know, fuck you and fuck everyone who thinks that he doesn't. You know, um. So you can fuck off with that one. So no matter how you try to help people out, sometimes I mean they just throw it back in your face anyway. So it is what it is. You get fed up with it. There's a point in your life where you say, yep, we all prayed for her unwell brother. I wouldn't take it back. If they're sick, they're sick, and that's the way it is. But I mean, to go after minors like that, think trying to make it out to be something what it's not. Because my son does like look, you gotta understand one thing. Ali doesn't get to see me a whole lot because we are 5 hours distance, and that's really difficult. We got school going on, we got swimming lessons going on, we got karate going on, we got home tutoring going on. We have a lot going on there, right? um and when he comes down here, he just wants to be with his mom. That's it. But Jill thinks that that's not right. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna leave her live rent free in my house. She can fuck after this live stream. She can fuck off after that because I know better. I know better. And yes, we will come on here a little bit. When fuck it, when the winter comes in, I hate the winter. It's the most What I'm thinking to do for the winter, and I'm not now. We have good weather. It's not so it's not a big deal. But maybe we should do some cooking shit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Something different. something to take everyone's mind off of, you know. Right. Yeah, no, hobby, you get it. I know you do love. They find it, Jill finds it weird that he calls me mom. Yeah, fucking. That's what all you UK Jill English. Yeah, it's kind of fucking ridiculous. It really is. It's kind of like, what am I fucking saying? You know what I mean? Jill, just leave it alone. Leave children. Leave children alone and stop your shit and stop talking about them. They're not on YouTube. They're not here to defend themselves, which I never would leave my son on YouTube to start with because this is an over 18-year-old channel. So stop, Jill. Wash your fucking head. Stop it. Now it took me about a couple of hours to go back and listen to Jill her rants and whatnot, and I thought, fuck no, you ain't going. She's trying to make it out to be something more sincere. She tried to make it out to be something more. I wonder where the father was. Jill, I will answer that question to you right now. He was across on the other sofa. Okay? Does that answer your question, Jill? He was across on the other sofa. She's a fucking idiot. She's a flip flopper. She just she goes to one channel to the next channel, and then she starts saying, "Well, I asked Susan about her family," and I said, "I'm not answering that. Truth matter. True, right? True. I'm not answering fucking jack shit. I don't care what people may think about me. People might think that I'm a piece of shit and I am not worthy of anything. People might think that I'm a lowlife. People might think this, that, and everything else. But I know better than that. Yes, new hobby, he does. And he makes the best of it too, to be very honest. It's not like we sit here on the same, we go out. It's crazy the way people try to say things, and I am never going to put my minor son on YouTube. Never. For Melanie, if you go back and look at one of my some of my older lives, Melanie has been on my channel. Yeah, Melanie, very thick Irish accent. She's been on my channel. Yeah, 100% she has. Yeah. Um, but then again, she is 25 years of age right now. That's a different age, right? So I'm going to protect him as much as I can. And was there times when I said stupid shit to make his age seem older because I didn't want anyone to track him down? Yeah, I did. But you gotta understand that is from a mother's love. Oh, see, Jill doesn't understand the word mommy. She thinks that's weird. The word mommy is weird. No, it's not. That's what they call her mummy. That's what they call them their parents over here in the UK. Ali's been born and raised in the UK. He wasn't born in Ireland at all. I'll tell you exactly where he was born. He was born in Tewton St George's Hospital in the middle of London. In the middle of London. Yeah, Alice says mommy. It's MUM. That's what he calls me. I've never heard him say my name, funnily enough. I've never heard him say my name was Susan. I've never, to this day, honest to God, to this day, I've never heard him say my name was Susan. Now, I don't, I've never said, do you know my name is? I never said that to him. That was never a conversation. But I will ask him the next time when I talk to him. I'm going to ask him, do you know my actual name? you know, because I've never heard him call me Susan. Never. It was always mommy. Yeah. But that's the next time I talk to him, I'm going to ask him, Ali, do you actually know my actual name? I don't know. Maybe he does, but he don't call me that. But I've never, in all the years I've known Ali, look, I brought him up, right, most of the time. And then he was down in London with his dad. I've never heard him say my name, not once. As in like Susan, Susie, anything at all. Nothing. It was always mommy. Guys, I have so much books on him, and I show him, and it's crazy how he reacts to it now. He was like, when he was like in preschool or whatnot, he was like, "Oh my God, look how enthusiastic I look there." And he was like, I have all these, I guys, I have everything. You name it, I have it. Belong to him, every single thing. And Jill, stop making it out to be fucking weird. Um, if you didn't allow your children on your lap, I mean, that's your business. I'm not going to question that, but people in different countries, we do different things. And it doesn't mean to say anything bad about that. It just means to say we do different. We approach parenthood differently. That's all. It doesn't mean any bad. Doesn't mean anything at all. But you try to make it out to be something fucking weird. And at the end of the day, when you were talking about it, his father was right beside. His father was sitting on a different sofa, not very far from me actually. You dumb fucking bitch. Do you not realize that I leave him in here the whole time? I don't need to do that, but I do. Out of respect. Not for me, for my son. Go back and listen on Tony's live. I don't believe her. Really? Okay. See, his father doesn't want to get mixed up with this YouTube. He calls it YouTube bullshit, which I think he's very right in saying that because it really is. It's not real life. It's not. You're only seeing a snippet into someone's real life. You're not seeing the whole picture at all. People make you out to be the villain, and you're probably not the villain at all. And for her to say that kind of rubbish, I was like, you fucking sick bitch. I'm sorry, but I'm going to speak my mind anyways. And I'm going to get off here, and I will just go and relax. And I like being on YouTube. YouTube has always been my place. Especially coming in the winter, you're going to see me a lot more here in the winter. I know I kind of neglected the channel. I haven't been on. Um, I will come on here a lot more. especially in the winter months of the UK. Um, it gets dark pretty soon over here. Uh, to speak, I appreciate that. It's like always, where that comes from. To be honest, that comes from always trying to it kind of comes from always trying to say, look, this is what it is. I guess that's where it comes from. You know, Jill didn't turn up. Did you want to ask me questions? Now is your opportunity because when I shut down this live, your name will not be on here. Well, of course, it's going to be on this live, obviously, but when I do the next live, I'm not going to be doing that. Because there's a point in life where you say, well, enough is enough, right? There is so many dishes I want to do. See, the slow cooker is, yeah, well, it's a good idea, but well, look, I'd rather cook in a proper cooker and do a proper stock pot, big pot, and do the proper Irish meals that way. Um, there's a couple of trays I want to buy, which will make lasagnas and stuff like that. I want to do that for the winter because I know that will take my mind off of the boredom more or less, and plus it's gonna be dark pretty soon, pretty quick. Man, I hate the winter. I don't know how many people like in here like winter. It's the most, I don't know, boring time. It's boring. Yeah, you know what? True space. You're 110% right. Let's do a little bit of cooking in the winter. We're not in quite winter now yet. I need to purchase some special trays and I need to get a really good stock pot, a big pot. What I'm going to do with that food is I'm going to leave it and then leave it cool down and then put it in the freezer and then I'll have a meal every day of the week. I mean, and plus I'm putting it on YouTube and maybe people may pick up tips from it. Maybe people, I don't know. Maybe you think I'm rubbish. I don't know. Let me know. Always let me know in the comments if you think I'm doing something wrong. But that's the cooking side of stuff, right? I know how to cook my own way of cooking. I'm not gonna say that I'm fucking Chef Ramsay or anything like that because I'm not. I am so not that. But I know how to cook a good dinner. But anyway, I'm not. I'm kind of sounding a little bit miserable right now because children turn up. She had a lot to say the other day, didn't she? But boom, boom, she's gone. Oh well, she's probably peeking out the blinds or some shit. I don't know. Jill says, "Oh well, my blinds are custom made." Jill, everyone's blinds are custom made. I just got a brand new set fucking put up there only last week. Give me a break. It's custom made blinds meant to be better than something else. I mean, please let me know in the comment section. Because I have no idea. I mean, I'm on my second set of blinds right now, and I paid for them. Uh, anyone, anyone know any difference? Because I don't know. Um, do you have anyone where you live wants to live by themselves? If so, invite them over. Yeah, well, we can do that too. I do have one or two people who live near me. I do have one or two people who live near me. But what I'm gonna do is when I'm doing the cooking, I'm just gonna leave it cool down, and I'm gonna freeze it. But yes, there is a few people. Um, I can guarantee you right now they will not come on camera, and that's all right. You know what I mean. But you will hear them in the background. You're gonna hear the Irish accent towards English. It's quite funny. It's my God. I mean, there's more to this life than coming on YouTube and being miserable and being sad. What's the point? Am I sad that my son went back? Yeah, I am. I never kind of hide my feelings from people. That's something I don't really hide. If that makes any sense. Is it hard that he's back in London right now and I'm here? Yeah, that's hard. It's hard for me. Don't make anyone a bad person. You're always missing someone. People wanna take something and kind of destroy that feeling. You're not going to. Sorry for going quiet. I don't like to do quiet spots. It just brings me back to the missing effects. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It is hard. You know. I don't know. But anyway, not gonna stay on for too much longer. Gonna get off here and watch something on TV or something like that. Like I said, I haven't been on YouTube a whole lot. Um, I was kind of YJB in my chat for, but I seen AB left a couple of comments. And I guess he didn't know what was really going on, to be honest, and that's all right. Like I said, I can wipe out my whole mod list right now, and I could probably look after this channel myself. It's not a big channel. If you think of what subscribers I have, that's not a big channel. Now compared to other people, no way. People think that I'm gonna come on and trash talk family members. It's not gonna happen. There's a lot I would love to say, but there's an old saying: if you're nothing good to say, don't say it at all, right? Don't say it. There's people that I feel hurt by. Yeah, there is. Once again, I see it as another massive backstabbing situation. Where they kind of what it doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. You know what? I'm gonna just fucking say nothing. You know, man, if you think you have friends, I mean, who wants enemies, right? I'm gonna put it that way. That's kind of why I prefer to stay by myself. If you think you have friends, who the fuck needs enemies at that point? Um, hmm, that's all I'll say about that. I don't think that no one knows what I'm going through personally, mentally wise. I don't think anyone understands what I'm even fucking trying to process right now. I don't. It's like, what kind of situation? When YouTube becomes too sad for me, I'm not gonna come on there anymore. You know, when YouTube becomes too much for me, I'm probably not gonna come on anymore. When people stab you in the back, as much as they've stabbed me in the back, I'm probably not gonna come on there anymore. Yeah, I could say a hell of a lot of things, but does that make it right? No. People hurt you all the time. Um, so Jill, you're a coward. You talked about my son. I wanted to address you with that, but obviously, bitch, you're probably I don't know, you're listening in the bushes or some shit, but maybe not. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of like, my God, take the knife out my back already. You know what I mean? Are you in Sydney, Dora? Dora, are you in Sydney? Man, my son used to love that movie. Are you a proper Aussie? Are you a proper in Australia? Just wondering. Don't need to give away your location, obviously, but I'm just asking you, are you in Sydney? My son used to watch the Dora, the whole Nemo stuff back in the day, you know? Just waiting for her to answer. Or she, I mean, I don't know. Are you in Sydney? She's not answering. So I'm gonna get off here. Not gonna be causing a big scene or do anything like that at all. Enough's enough already, you know? Right, guys, I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna call it a night. It's late here in the UK. Well, not too late, but I'm gonna go and watch some. We would say television, Ireland, but we would say TV in English. So I'm gonna watch some of that. And Jill, you're a coward. I named you in my title. I never do. I never name anyone in my title. More, to be quite honest. But yeah, you're a coward, bitch. Keep looking up the blinds, Jill. Maybe there's more neighbors doing something. Maybe moving up furniture or catching the cat. God knows. I don't know. And Jill, living in Europe as I do, you live in the States. It's not unusual for a young boy to It's not unusual for a young boy to sit in her mommy's lap. Believe me that. And if you think I'm gonna push him away because you think it's wrong, you can fuck right off. And that's all I'm gonna say. I can speak your whale. You're in Sydney, honey. Are you in Sydney? Australia? Come on, you're breaking my right now. All right, guys. Look, I will catch you on the next one. I know I haven't went live much this summer. Only because the weather was really good, and it was good for me to get out and get about and do things. We had a beautiful time with my beautiful son, and Jill, back off with your bullshit, crazy shit. To be honest, I mean, okay, I mean, look, there's always a culture in between things. And I'm gonna say this as nicely as I can. Maybe America does things a certain way. I don't know. I don't speak for American people, but I will speak for the way I was raised and the way I am. There is no age what's going to stop your son sitting on your lap, especially when he hasn't seen you for a while. You know, and he traveled five five 5 hours to come down and see you. Although I paid for all that, there is no comparison. He's a young child, and I'm pretty sure that there's going to come a day and he say, "Mom, I'll sit beside you," you know. And I'm pretty sure he will come to that stage. But right now, he's a young young, beautiful child, and he deserves all the admirations. And he is a very positive thinker, and I am very proud of him. I'm very proud of all the things he's done. I've seen all his certificates he's done learning how to swim and doing all that stuff. I have it all. I have it all. Anytime he does something good or new or he gets a certificate, they're sent to me. I get them. So, Jill, shut the fuck up, sit the fuck down, and be the old hag that you really are, and go look out your window a little bit more. And I'm going to say this right now. I'm not going to apologize for this live with Jill. I'm sorry, I'm not, but I've seen what she said. She's a bitch. She's picking on a child who's not even on fucking YouTube. All right, Dora. All right, everybody in chat. I'm gonna see you on the next live. I don't know when that's gonna be. Give me time. I will get it together, and I will come live a little bit more, especially during the winter months, because I find that helps me with seasonal depression and whatnot. I don't know how many people probably suffer with seasonal depression, but I know I do. And by the way, my arm is doing pretty good right now. Thank you very much and good night, everybody.